Hey, what's going on YouTube? BD Kane 721. It's that time of year again. When January hits the calendar, you know it's YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame time. It's one of my favorite events of the year. Probably my favorite event, except for show-related events. So I look forward to it every year. I've been casting a ballot, I think, the last 3 years. And Mike over at Baseball Collector has done an amazing job putting this together. But he has officially passed on the reins to Jake over at Legends Never Die. I'm going to put a link below to Jake's video for this event in case you're not aware of it and you want to participate. He has the entire event explained in that video. There are some new rules that you have to keep in mind when you're making your ballot, both from a perspective of whether or not you can vote and what channels you can vote for. So I highly recommend that if you want to participate, go check out that video and listen to those new rules. I do agree with those new rules. I think it's moving us forward in a really positive direction and really captures the intent of this event. So good job, Jake, and I look forward to seeing everybody's response videos for this event. On to my ballot. I'm going to try to go through this as quickly as possible. I know that Jake has to go through dozens and dozens of these to get everybody's votes in. I'm going to put the names of my votes, the channel names, below in the description so that, Jake, if you don't want to sit here for 10 minutes watching my video, you can just check out the description and see who I voted for. And I'll try to go through each one as quickly as possible. Some I'll talk a little bit more about than others. I wanted to mention two channels that I wasn't able to vote for this year that I had marked down weeks ago that I was going to vote for them once this came out. And they just didn't meet the requirements. But I think they will be eligible next year, and I want to get these channels on people's radar now so that you can consider them for next year. First, Picker Jim S. Man, Jim, I'm so sorry. From what I found out by listening to other people's videos and hearing Jake's response or reading Jake's responses in those videos, that you missed the cutoff by like a couple of days. So sorry about that. I definitely would have voted for you. So Picker Jim S, guys, put him down on your list for next year, 2023, definite Hall of Famer. And Aranya Boys, Spidey, I definitely would have voted for you, but I think your threshold was not met either, or the threshold of this particular event was not met by I don't know how many days or months, but I think next year you will be eligible as well, so I'm definitely going to have you down on my ballot for 2023. Now, 2022 ballot for me, as normal, as I've done in the past, I try to split my ballot up into segments. There's going to be some controversial channels that I have on here that you guys out there in the community might not think should be considered for this type of honor. And then there's segments in my ballot where these are channels that need to be in, no questions asked. And then there's a segment of channels that are just more personal to me, channels that I enjoy the most and might not get the popular vote, but for me they are probably more important than any other channel in my subscription list. So first off, the segment of the more controversial or atypical channels. I'm going to start off with Card Collector 2. I know Mike over at Baseball Collector also voted for him. I agree with everything he said about Ryan over at Card Collector 2. I have a lot of respect for him. I've never met Ryan. I've never done any business with him, but I'm a big fan of his channel. Love watching his videos, especially the ones where he goes to different shows and interacts with people, especially the kids. If you watch how he interacts with kids on his channel and in his store, I think you'll gain a lot of respect for him and consider him for the Hall. Sports Card Radio is a channel that I've been watching for a very long time. I think they've been making content for over 10 years now, possibly. Just a wealth of information. He's a little controversial sometimes on things that he talks about, which is good for me. I like to listen to other people's opinions about different topics in our hobby, so it's always an entertaining channel to watch. Lastly, in this segment, Mojo Sports. This is a channel I just recently got into heavily. I really look forward to his content when he posts a video. He's a fellow Californian from up north in Sacramento, and he loves interacting with people in the hobby, loves to pay it forward with the kids, and it's just a fun time watching his videos, especially ones where he goes to shows. I love watching those videos of people going to shows and seeing how everybody interacts with everybody, the deals going down and the cards being bought and traded for. It's a lot of fun. So he definitely makes that fun for me to watch. And then moving on to the section of these 4 channels that I have on my ballot that should be in, I think, no questions asked. One is Rated Rookie. Josh, you have one of the more amazing collections that I've seen, and I enjoy watching your content anytime you put out a video, so please keep it up. I really love watching your videos. Nostalgic About Baseball, another channel that I've watched for a long time now, and he really touched me, I guess, as far as the passion goes for the hobby when he made a video a little bit less than a year ago about Hank Aaron and about Hank Aaron's passing. I definitely recommend going and check out that video. It really hits home when you talk about passion for the hobby and the reasons why we're in this hobby. So I'm certainly going to consider him a Hall of Famer and put him on my ballot here. One of the channels I have on my list in this segment is a channel that I voted for before. I don't know why he's not in. I guess at this point maybe it's just because he's not. Many people don't know about his channel, and that's I Collect Ichiro. If you want to look at somebody who has a passion for a player and a passion for a really specific section of our hobby, this is one of those guys. This guy influenced me to get started in a player PC when I started doing Manny Machado for my PC. His Ichiro collection is amazing, so highly recommend going to check him out. And then lastly in this segment, Brad8671. This is probably the one guy in this segment for me that I have no idea why he's not in the Hall of Fame, other than maybe the cap restrictions on getting people in every year. He certainly deserves to be in the Hall. All right, the last 3 channels I have on my ballot are just 3 channels that I enjoy the most whenever their content comes out. They may not get a lot of consideration in this particular event, but I'm hoping that I can get their channel out there for you guys to go check out, because they really deserve the attention, in my opinion. First one is Fox Screw Cards, one of my favorite channels to watch every time they have content. There's not a channel out there that gets more smiles out of me than this one, so I enjoy listening to them. MP and MC Fox are very entertaining, and always enjoy their content. Dave the Friar Collector, another fellow Padres fan, has an amazing collection of Tatis graded rookie cards. I know he hasn't been putting out as much content recently, but in the past, the content that he has been putting out has been pretty amazing. And lastly, I'm going old school on this one. For those of you that haven't been around a while, you may not know who this channel is. For those of you that have been around as long as I have, which is really going on about 10 or 11 years now, you'll know this name really well, and that's Puffbear 359. I've had him on my ballot, I think, every year. I don't think he gets the recognition that he deserves, but I look back at his channel this past year, and I don't think he's making a lot of content, so that's probably one reason. He might fall off the qualifications list for next year, so this might be my last year voting for this channel, but I definitely think that he has deserved to be in the Hall for many years. So that's it. What is that? About 9 minutes. Hopefully you stuck around to the end and you enjoyed my list. Definitely check out the links below. I'll have all of them down below for you to go check out those channels. Again, thanks, Jake, for all your efforts on this. And that's it for this year. Looking forward to next year. And we'll see you in 2023 for the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame ballot. Talk to you then. See you.